Everybody, thank you for joining me on April 4th, my birthday today. For all those who've sent me a shout out so far, thank you so much. Started it by getting cortisone shots in my hand yesterday, not just one, two, and holy hell, they hurt. But I've got a good rest of birthday week coming up. I get to spend today with my daughter, get to spend tomorrow with my family. Sister's flying in town. I'm going to head to Glenwood Springs, do some hiking. Spa day on Thursday. So yeah, good week for me up ahead. But it could be a good week for you if you're a home buyer. So let's get into it. What has been going on this weekend? It's a big week with jobs and tariffs running the market. We'll start with mortgage applications, purchases up 2%, refinances down 6%. But I want to slide right into the jobs reports because this is what typically is a market mover, but I'm going to show you what the market is responding to, and that's the tariffs. But starting with the JOLTS report that came out on Tuesday, the expectation was for 7.63 million jobs. It actually dropped from 7.76 million to 7.57 million. Within that report, we have the quits rate in there, so people leaving jobs. It did show it was unchanged month over month, and this is consistent. This is consistent between the reports we got this week. So less people changing jobs right now, really uncertain about making those switches because finding new employment seems to be a potential issue, or people having concerns with securing new employment. ADP came out this week. It came in stronger than expectations at 155,000, but still a very tempered response because also within the report, this report showed that job changers dropped as well in terms of activity. So again, pointing out that people are nervous about switching jobs at this point. Now, today was the BLS report, and this is typically a pretty big market mover. We've had a pretty tame response so far right now. It came in at 228,000. But what's notable within this report, a couple of things, was that there were revisions to the February and January numbers, which always happens. They do a 2-month revision. But February dropped from 151,000 to 117,000. And January dropped from 143,000 to 111,000. So a pretty substantial change and revisions to those reported a couple months ago. Also, we get the household survey within this BLS report, and this is for unemployment. You can see that unemployment, the U3 number, which is what most people look at and pay attention to, went from 4.2% to tick up just a little bit to from 4.1%. So not too surprising there. But you can see that the participation rate, so the number of people now getting back into the market to look for a job that are actively looking for jobs, did tick up. It did go from 62.4% to 62.5%. So we are seeing more activity there in the job market right now. The U6 number, which incorporates everything, every number, all people looking for unemployment, because U3 strips out a certain things. It strips out those who have gone inactive, and U6 considers everybody that's unemployed. So that went from 7.9%, ticked down to 7.9% from 8%, which is a little bit interesting. Now, also within the BLS jobs report, we do get the wages information. And this is interesting because if you look at it, yes, we are showing that year over year, the numbers, that month over month, did go up 0.3%, but hourly earnings down year over year from 4% to 3.8%. Average hours worked is at 34.2 hours. But the average weekly hours, if you look at that year over year number, that's a pretty precipitous drop from 3.7% to 3.2% year over year. And if you look as well at who is being employed by age, it's the 20 to 24 that are making up a lot of who are picking up jobs at this point, and then 55 over, which is very interesting. So I think this does speak to the struggles right now when we're seeing older people 55 plus showing to be a predominant factor in the job search right now. So just wanted to point that out. Let me show you the MBS charts right now because this is fascinating. You can see the past couple of days have been very good to us. This past week has been really good to us, and that is because of the tariffs. A lot of wage or tariff wars going on right now. We don't know how this is going to play out, but there's a lot of concern in the stock market for this. So if you're one of those persons who's invested in the stock market, you're probably crying over your 401k right now. But if you're a person who's looking to buy a house right now, you might be celebrating just a little bit because this helps long-term interest rates right now. So kind of a trade-off, unfortunately. We're seeing these tariffs are going to hit our pockets as consumers over the next couple of months, most likely, which is not going to be pleasant. But if you're in a market to buy a house, if this continues, the market continues to go the way it is, those interest rates will start to come down. This activity is going to increase. You're going to have a little more competition. Might be time to get into your house right now. And then for those of you that are concerned about your finances, but I completely understand, you already own a home, you might want to look into getting an equity loan on your house. You've got a substantial amount of equity in your home if you've owned your home for more than 5 years at this point. That might just be some good money to have in your pocket. Just because you don't know what's going to happen over the next year, next 4 years, really, at this point, might want to consider doing an equity line at this point. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out to me. I do appreciate when you like my videos. I hope you do enjoy the information that's within them. Let me know if there's something else you feel I should be covering. Otherwise, have a great weekend. Looking forward to seeing 70s again next week in the weather. And I'll see you next week and let you know how my week went up, over the birthday weekend. Have a great day.